Watercoloring is such a beautiful way of adding color to your artwork, and today we want to share a technique that really makes your watercolor images shine. We'll be looking at some lovely artwork made using the Florence collection, starting with this scrapbook page here, the Collect Moments page. I'm going to start by talking about how these beautiful flower images were made. It all starts with one of our stamp sets, the Ornate Blossoms. You can see the intricate detail of these floral images, and they're designed to pair perfectly with our Florence papers so that they really become an extension of your paper packet. And these images in particular are just dying to be colored in. This stamp set is especially easy to use because it also has a coordinating set of thin cut dies. So you can see I don't have to cut these detailed images out by hand. I can just simply use the thin cuts and they'll pair perfectly with that stamp. So here I have one that I've already cut out. I've also stamped this and embossed it in gold embossing powder, so you can see that that detail comes out and it's shiny because I've heat set that and it's all ready to go. So when I use my watercolors to paint over this, you can see that the stamped image stays perfectly intact because of that embossing powder. It acts as a resist on your image. So I'm just going to go in, pick up some watercolor, and you can really enjoy the process of choosing whatever colors you want. The other thing I love about watercoloring over my stamped images is that I can continue to build up color and build that out until it matches the paper or whatever project I'm working on. I can really make that custom color so that it feels like it's just an extension of that product. So here you can see it's just taking on shape, and that gold is resisting the paint so that the gold continues to shine through, even though I'm adding layers of color on top of that. And I'm just using colors that I feel like pair nicely. You can go darker and lighter by blending those colors. You could also easily go through with this and just do a really nice color wash and not be as detailed. Really, with watercolors, it's totally up to you and the look you're going for. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of this blue. The colors in the Florence kit are so vibrant and beautiful that this really is a fun technique to use with this paper pack. You can go darker or lighter, again, just by the intensity and the amount of paint and or water that you pick up. The more water you use, the lighter the image will come out and the paint will be thinner that way. And then if you want a more intense color, you just use more paint. So it's really just about the ratio of your paint to water on that. So again, that's just to show you the technique of how you can go in and just watercolor around your stamped images, and that gold is resisting the paint and it turns out wonderfully. So you can see here, when I really take the time to go in with the detail, you can see how intense you can get the color and how well that gold pops off and how beautiful those stamped pieces come together. All right, let's take a look at the paper pack completely here and look at this first beautiful paper that has this large ornate pattern on it and all the different colors that are in the Florence paper pack. And on the back side of that, you've got the same patterns, but a more muted tone by using the blue and just having the line images on that paper. I love that sheet. This one is so versatile because it is just a neutral background and then has that wonderful text that really just gives a little bit of dimension to that, and any project will benefit from having a little of this word B&T on it. The back side of this one again is a wonderful neutral, but it has some of these nice detailed tick marks that just give it a little pop. Then you've got this beautiful paper that has the ruby background, and it's got all the combinations of saffron and peacock and a few other little colors popping through. You can see on this side is more of that saffron, again with just a little pattern, so that you can mix these that are a little more subtle with those first few that have the intense and large patterns on them. This is just a great diagonal stripe, pinstripe design. And you've got this beautiful fan design on the back side of that one. Those pair lovely together. Just the front and back of this one sheet is a beautiful combination. Then you've got this that is a flaxen base, again with just some small beautiful details in that. And on the other side, one of my favorites, this large wide stripe. And you've got to love all the zip strips that you can use as well. Lastly, in this paper pack, as with all of our paper packs, we have the cut apart sheet here that you can use for your Picture My Life pockets. You can also use these for your titles, for any details on your page, and they always come with a horizontal as well as a vertical option for each of the designs. Another thing I love that coordinates so well with this is this rose gold foil tape. I could use this on every project. I love it so much. We also have coordinating sequins, which really just add that pop of shine and color to the Florence papers. And then we also have our coordinating complements. So here you can see we've got some printed and embossed craft paper that's all printed to match these same patterns. So pairing these with the stamps that you've watercolored or any of the things just coordinate perfectly together. You can see all these beautiful images in various sizes so that you have down to the smallest little embellishment that can cluster well with all of the different pieces in this kit. And you can pull in the stickers that come in your complements as well. So you can easily add some of the more colorful stickers with these beautiful craft pieces that have the rose gold foil on them and some beautiful titles, and it will come together perfectly by just using the products that are designed with this paper pack. So this one page shows harmoniously all the paper designs that can work together. And in addition to our watercolored stamped images, we've also decorated the page with a few coordinating embellishments too. We've got some of the colored sequins, we've also added some of the embellishments, and these two pieces in this top corner come from the complements, again mixed with the stamped image, so you can see how gorgeous this coordinating set of products can be turned into artwork. I'd also like to show you a couple more pieces we've made using the collection, even though they don't feature that same stamping technique. Here's a scrapbook page without any stamping. It's just coordinated embellishments. Even the title comes from the complements and comes together so beautifully. Now I have this card here that shows the same Ornate Blossoms stamp set. So you can see I've just used multiple tones of ink to give that a really nice look and effect on this card using that same stamp set that I used to watercolor and emboss with. On this card you can see that we've used that word pattern B&T as well as a zip strip. So we're using every piece of paper to bring it together so that it's useful for you in your projects. And again, just a few of those complements as well as some sequins to bring that all together. We've also made this fun 3D box that shows how nicely the papers can carry a project all on its own. So no matter your level of creativity and no matter what techniques you want to use, you can see that the Florence collection of products can really elevate your artwork. We'd love to see what you create, so be sure to share your artwork using the hashtag CTMHFlorence. To get any of the beautiful Florence products we've shown today, visit your Close to My Heart consultant's website. And if you don't already have a consultant, visit closetomyheart.com.